Well, good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you back to Let Us Connect Live here in Santa Barbara at Channel 17. Wonderful channel. Get to really express ourselves and present whatever it is that we would like to. And so we're back again, and we're ready for an hour of wonderful, a wonderful show and spiritual blessings for everyone out in Santa Barbara. And Let Us Connect is really about connection with you and with the angels and the guides and our wonderful guests and everyone that would like to watch. I'm sure we'll find that. So anyway, I'm just looking forward to it so much, and I hope that you will stay with us and really learn and enjoy together. You know, being spiritual doesn't mean we have to just be old fuddy-duddies, to put it that way. Okay, in fact, probably with what we're going to talk about tonight, to do with the law of attraction, we're going to attract back with us those energies that we put out. So you might want to stick with us and learn just a little bit about that, or practice it a little bit more tonight. Okay, so first of all, as I always do, I really want to invite you to Sunday at the Goleta Valley Community Center, room 6. We have a very small little group right now, but very powerful, and we're really working on some wonderful spiritual unfoldment each week. So we'd love to have you come at 10:30. It's free. You can come in, and it's a full class. It's a full 2-hour class now, and so you can expect that rather than a usual half-hour Sunday morning service, and expect to come and grow and unfold and share as well. So that's Sunday mornings at 10:30. I think the little graphic's coming up now at the Goleta Valley Community Center, room 6. Okay, wonderful. And I do want to thank our sponsors, Sundowner Draperies and A Circle of Friends, as well as Pizza Guru. Okay, I hope that you, we really do appreciate their help for the show. Okay, well, I don't want to take any more time before I introduce or reintroduce our guest, my favorite in the world, Usha Tuvell. Usha,
thank you
for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And Usha just jumps in her van and comes down from the Bay Area just like a trooper. I have one daughter that's a trooper like that. For the time she was really little.
Oh, really?
You can just anywhere.
Oh, good.
But I don't know about that, but we really appreciate you coming.
My pleasure.
Such a blessing and so much fun and so enriching and opening to all of us when you come.
Well,
and so
thank
people
you.
are always saying, when's Usha coming? When?
Thank you for inviting me. It's my pleasure.
You're so welcome.
Excuse
and we're
me.
going to have a really interesting subject tonight, and we've got Denise here and Francine, and they're going to ask some questions. And
Sure.
we're going to open up the lines to everybody at the bottom of the hour so that they can ask questions.
Sure, absolutely.
And you brought your little cards.
Yes, I did. I've got
All right, look how
a stack
small
of cards.
those are.
Well, they're easier to handle for me, and considering the size of the table today, I think it was really appropriate, you know?
Yes, it is. It does work really well.
It's,
Do those have beautiful pictures on the back? Or
no, it's just a design.
they're the
These
regular.
are
And what do you call that type of
reading.
yeah, reading.
It's
and
it's
we'll talk more about you in a minute.
Sure.
But just to get started.
Cartomancy is what it's called when you're reading with cards.
Cartomancy is reading the cards.
Exactly. And this is with regular playing deck, and
Yes.
each card has a meaning. And I don't do the tarot. I was about 15 years old.
Yes.
And my grandmother said, if you are going to play with the tarot and read fortunes with the tarot, you're going to say goodbye to true love. So I went and buried my deck, and I have never gone back to tarot since.
Oh, and you found true love.
I found true love, yes.
You sure did.
I don't know, 30 years later.
I guess if a person ever wanted to get a divorce, they could take the tarot. No. Just kidding.
No,
just
it's
kidding.
not
How
really
wonderful
true for,
that is.
yeah, it's not true for everyone.
Yeah.
But my mother put, my grandmother put that, superstition in my mind.
Was your grandmother spiritual? Now, that was in India, right?
That was in India.
We have, so the viewers know, we have, really gone into your past and everything, and we're going to briefly mention that tonight, but
Sure.
just tell us, that was in India, and your grandmother was?
She was very spiritual, but I basically get my ability to be able to see visions and be very clairvoyant from my grand aunt, my grandfather from my father's side, his sister.
Oh,
she was very well known for being a very spiritual person, and she wrote some wonderful poetry, and you know, she's extremely gifted. She was like the village healer.
And did she encourage you then?
I never got to know her. She passed away before I was born.
Oh.
There was their oldest sister, and she passed away in her 70s, but I wasn't born by then.
Obviously,
so
it was passed in some sense.
It was passed in some sense, for sure.
Now, have you ever, since this is a show where we talk about loved ones on the other side, I mean, I know they're right here. There are. Have you ever had any type of awareness of her? Or?
I've always felt her presence. However, in our religion, I'm Hindu.
Yes.
They discourage connecting with those that have passed on.
Oh, they do.
Because we believe in reincarnation.
Yes.
And therefore, if a spirit is in the process of reincarnation, basically you are disallowing them to move on by attempting to connect with them from this earthly level, because they're already in a different level.
They're in a different level.
So it isn't encouraged, and so even though my father passed away and I would have loved to, you know, sit and talk with them. Excuse me, Martha.
Okay.
And my sister passed away, and I would have loved to connect with her, but that was a hesitation I've always had.
But now you do connect with spirit.
Yes, I do.
Now tell us about that here. Is it that we're, well, I don't know. I want to try.
They do come through, and I'm such a spontaneous medium. I will sit on a reading without realizing that, you know, this person's passed away relatives are going to show up, or close loved ones, and suddenly I'll see the presence, and then I have to be careful how I mention it, because sometimes a person is not ready to connect, you know, and so then they will give me information which I would have had no access to at all without someone having told me. You know, certain words that the person was called by only intimately by that individual, or certain occurrences, and then they will totally freak out sometimes.
Right. So that's sort of a way that thing we call identification or validation.
Yes, validation. So
and
they'll
it
get a validation.
must be that they want to do that. If they're coming to you and they know they know how you feel about reincarnation and all, what you believe, it must be that the spirits are wanting to come in and connect.
Yes,
and that's wonderful.
Because they sense that this is a sensitive person, and they sense when the individual is in that presence. You know, I have a lady from India, and her mother passed away recently. And so she asked me if I could still see her. So I asked, and the name that came up for her, she goes, "No, that's not my mom's name.
Oh.
Absolutely not. I don't think you connected." But the lady, the spirit that was present there, gave me information regarding a blue jacket and so many different details that my client was like, "It sounds like my mother, but the name is not." Well, she went home and did some research, and apparently before she moved to America, she had changed her name. And even though the daughter, she's already 37 years old, had no idea that her mother had a different first name and a last name before she had moved to India.
Well, you know, if you work with love, how can you beat it? I mean, if they're lovingly coming through with that information to help us, comfort us, and to give us faith or to carry on, I think, whether they're on that side or this side. They know when they want to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Forget it, Usha. You know, I've known your name for 4 years, and all of a sudden
and you're messing up now.
I know, it's now. I got too big for my britches.
It means dawn in English.
It means what?
Dawn.
Dawn.
Sunrise. So it means, and for a few years I did translate my name.
Yes.
And I said, okay, you know what? Just call me Dawn. It just means